Hello everyone, new and old subscribers. Hello, how are you? Behind me is a painting that I did, and I was wondering if I needed to actually, sell it or whatever. I've got several of my rapture paintings, but now that I don't believe in the rapture, what do? So this is Revelation at 3:10. Because you have kept the word of my patient endurance, I too will keep you from the hour of trial, which is coming on the whole world. To those who live upon the earth, I am coming soon. So, but when I read it again, I thought, no, that's just because we didn't get raptured doesn't mean to say we're not still at that place, and I believe we are. And when you see what's happening with the media and how they're just double down, going hard at it now, that those that they don't want in power are in power. So I'm going to read you second address again, but first I just want to do quickly a piece from one of the old videos that I've just uploaded. So for those of you who are new, I can't see my screen, so sometimes I do pretty weird things. But anyway, so here is one that I did years ago, and it shows Rebecca Wright, and it shows Stanley Kubric's daughter, Clockwork Orange and all these great movies. Well, here she was at a First Amendment rally, and Rebecca Wright, and so those of you in New Zealand know that she is like the queen of the media at the moment, and if you go to her page, you'll see her talking about, the plum gig she had in New York. Well, I found something today which may actually explain that plum gig. I had a dream this morning about Mike Gill. So for you, those of you in the States, you might remember he ran for governor. And when I had the dream, I can't really remember it, but I remembered the video that I made, quite a while ago, a year or so ago, anyway, in which he was exposing Rob O'Keefe and Michael Flynn. So I went and looked today, and there's a whole heap of stuff about him. So I'm going to show you a little bit, but I want to keep this really quick. So I'm just going to show you this piece on this video. You can go to my video. It said New Zealand Media Halls. It was about a dream that I had of Simon Dallow, and he was, I don't know, I haven't watched television for so long, so I don't know if he's still there. But anyway, and it's called New Zealand Media Halls, Rebecca Wright Dallow on notice, called Vivian Kubric, a lunatic, okay? And that's what she did, because Vivian Kubric was standing up for free speech. So what kind of a reporter is whatever her name is, can't remember. So here we go. And I have to go like this, and okay, am I in screen? I can see, there you go. Okay, there it is.
Declaration of real spiritual rights, and it is a spiritual thing. I mean, how many of us have different opinions, but the bottom line is that real independence, freedom of thought, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, with a great regard to helping and being of service. Because I don't think, people should just feel free that they can just go around and clock people on the head and go, yeah, well, I'm free, I'm going to clock people on the head. No, I have to tell you, I just felt really sad when I saw them turn up. I just thought, really? It's going to come to this? We're talking about the First Amendment? Actually, I want to just say, there was a New Zealand TV lady that was there yesterday, and I stood behind her with my sign of the First Amendment. She said, don't stand there, you're blocking everything. And I said, well, I'm just stand back here. And anyway, we got into a little thing over it. She didn't want me to be in the picture with her. And she said, look, I'm not having some lunatic stand behind me with a sign. I said, lunatic? I said, I'm defending the First Amendment. It's like the assumption that to be out here expressing yourself is an act of lunacy. I would say that's a pretty good indication of how totally distorted reality has become for the people who are supposed to be defending truth. I think the important thing that you've
Isn't she amazing?
That people have to learn how to confront evil and not to alter it or to lessen it and to somehow, go, well, I'm sure they didn't mean to push you. It's like, well, you need to face. You need to confront.
Okay, so you can watch the whole lot of that one if you like, but it's long. I'm a bit tedious in the beginning talking about my dreams. But here we have an updated one where Mike Gill is talking with SG Anon.
Shell Corporation is a shell company from many nefarious activities. And
Shell game.
Correct.
It comes from the shell game. Right.
And these sorts of releases, I think, are really important to draw attention to for the mass population out there that is only now coming around to the idea that these sorts of networks exist. Taken from an article on October the 4th of 2021, actually, the Pandora Papers were being touted at that time upon their release as the biggest journalistic alliance in the history of news. They contained information on more than 330 political leaders, active leaders, and former leaders from more than 90 countries, as well as a number of con men, international businessmen, fugitives, murderers, and more. What's incredible is it also included things like Sachin Tendulkar, the cricket legend, as well as the pop music singer Shakira, the supermodel Claudia Schiffer, and Italian mobsters from the Sicilian Peninsula, right?
So what they're telling us is, think about this, ready? International criminals, international elite, drug cartels, money, human traffickers, their destination of choice in the tune of $935 billion is the state of New Hampshire. Now, what do they know that you don't? And now here's this, you ready? They never released the domestic. They built this for themselves. Your politicians, half the Senate, I guarantee you, is in the Pandora Papers. Why do you think they threw you Melendez? You know why? Low-hanging fruit. Biden, when they said, you mentioned about Q saying Hunter Biden's laptop, well, that's exactly. Biden's laptop goes to Joe Biden. Joe Biden, the money goes to who's cleaning it. That's the laundering network in New Hampshire. That's why they're at the door. And that's why Trump's in New Hampshire is scaring them to death.
Okay, so I'll just leave it with that one. I'll probably do more. Sorry, I have to go this way now. No, that way, sorry. So clearly he talks on there, so you can look that up. It's on Rumble, and I will leave the link, but it's SG Anon. So just look, Restored Republic US, and that's Mike Gill, and there's 3 parts, and it's incredible who he has outed, and he's got an incredible story. So I'll leave it at that and just get this one up. Hope you enjoyed it. But it clearly shows that it's the international journalists that are used to cover it up. And of course, I think that could explain why it was such a plum job, and why, if you have a look in New Zealand politics now, they are all going crazy about Winston Peters, and on the comments, people are just not understanding, that people change. People, they're getting up in arms because our Prime Minister, Luxton, has now is sort of going back on things that he was going to do, like talking about, the Ukraine thing, and they're asking him why he isn't expelling the Russian ambassador, and when he said he was going to do that before, but now, of course, he's been privy to more information and has probably found out that Zelensky is now even sending pregnant women to the front, and that the whole cartel has cut him adrift. So it's all over, and everything is being exposed. But these the media whores, they are going to go hard at it. So you, the people, please be loving, be kind, understand that yes, people can change. And it's only through true, I wonder if I can get you here, true journalism that we can, that we have been so lied to, and the people have been so hypnotised. But there's a huge awakening going on, which I hope to tell you more about soon. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and look out for my next one. I've got some really good stuff coming.